from the local station. This is Weather Authority Weekday.
Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mark Hollins. On this Wednesday, we've got a lot to talk about. We're talking about the heat, of course, but the lack of storms to cool us down. And coming up, we're also going to be looking to Fernandina Beach, where we'll have Melanie on a pirate ship. Pirate Melanie. Yeah, we're going to take a visit with her and also talk about the dangers of lightning. Unfortunately, there was a deadly lightning strike in New Smyrna Beach, and it wasn't even raining when a man lost his life. So we'll cover those bases, but first off, the heat. In fact, not too far north from us, there are heat advisories for Georgia. They stop short of our area, but much of the country is underneath these heat advisories, with the exception right there along the Appalachian Mountains, where there is some cooler air there. But even up across the Northeast, they've got the heat advisories into New England, places like Washington or New York City. They're going to be dealing with temperatures around 97 degrees, and there's also poor air quality there. Ozone getting trapped near the surface, causing some problems for those folks. But here on the home front, we don't have those air quality issues, and we do have some rain, but that's down across South Florida, so that's not really headed our way. So we are looking at a pretty dry day today, with the exception for a couple isolated showers that could develop over inland locations as we head towards afternoon. Part of the reason why today is going to be a dry one is because we've got sinking air. You can kind of make out the rotation on the right side of that upper level low that's causing rotation. We have more rain, which is out over the Atlantic, and that's going to be something we'll be contending with more lift as we head to Friday, and that's when we're going to see our rain chances jump. But today, just hot and dry here in Jacksonville, looking for temperatures between 2 and 5 to reach probably about 95 or 96 degrees. We were at 95 yesterday. I say no reason really not to get right back up here today. In fact, some areas could be even warmer across inland Georgia, where you're going to be closer to the upper side of 90 degrees. So we've been dealing with the heat here all month long, as we've only had a handful of days in the upper 80s as we kicked off June, and we haven't looked back since then. So if you're going out here for the jumbo shrimp forecast, they're playing in town here the next 3 days. Today is a early afternoon games. First pitch was at 12, and by Thursday, we're looking for those nighttime games to take over. I think Thursday is going to be drier than Friday, when we'll actually have some showers coming in. But tomorrow night, Military Appreciation Night, most of the thunderstorms will be west of the baseball grounds. Once more, we're going to be one of the hottest areas in the state here over North Florida, and we won't have that rain to cool us down. So here what you can see is that rotation that I'm talking about here in the water vapor loop, and that gives you a visual of how the winds are moving in the upper levels of the atmosphere, because it kind of pushes that rain around, and we're on the backside of that low, so it's causing the air to sink. And over the past 3 days, there hasn't been a lick of rain anywhere here over Northeast Florida, southern Georgia. Notice where the rain has been located, and that's areas around west central Florida, back across southern Florida, and especially the Fort Myers area, where they've had as much as 3 inches of rain. But today, all we could offer up is maybe just a trace or less of any type of interior showers west of the Highway 301 corridor. This is actually a forecast rain totals that keeps us dry here today, but you notice a swath of rain across inland southern Georgia, around Homerville and the Waycross area. Those locations might get some rain, but that's going to be late tonight after midnight. So between the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock, we could see some rain in those areas here as the system comes through. In fact, let's take a look here at the potential for thunderstorms. When you see a lot of reds showing up, that's an indication there's some instability that could lead to that. You don't see those reds. You just see a lot of greens over Northeast Florida, and a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red showing up here towards the evening in southern Georgia. So there'll be enough heating and instability there that there could be some lightning late tonight across inland Georgia. And that's going to be with this cluster of thunderstorms that's rolling around what we call kind of like a ring of fire, which is a high pressure anticyclone over Tennessee, and it will spark afternoon thunderstorms across the Tennessee Valley. Well, by late tonight, those thunderstorms there, you see them swinging down through Waycross and pushing back towards the panhandle of Florida, and that will be it. It's what we describe as mesoscale convective complexes, and sometimes those can hold together during the nighttime hours when you lose the afternoon heating. But as we head into tomorrow, it's all afternoon heating driving the storm cycle. But we'll have that easterly flow. So most of the thunderstorms that start showing up Thursday, they're going to be over those inland locations west of Jacksonville. So we're talking about out towards the Highway 301 corridor, back towards I-75. But you get a general sense that there'll be a little bit more rain developing. So that's going to prime us for Friday's weather, which will bring rain back into the metro areas, Jacksonville, and points back towards the beach. So by Friday, we're going to start to see more of a typical afternoon storm cycle, and that's why our rain chances will be climbing from near nil today to around 30% tomorrow, and then up to 70% through the upcoming weekend. Well, Andrea, one and done. It didn't even last a day. We talked about it as it was breaking. The National Hurricane Center upgraded that tropical just rainmaker in the north central Atlantic at 11 o'clock yesterday, and by 11 p.m. it was gone. Nothing more is expected for the rest of the week, although out there in the Pacific you might see some development as that tropical wave slides across Honduras and then into the Pacific next week. Already, places like Washington, D.C. is hotter than us at 90 degrees, and they're going to be dealing with temperatures around 98, possibly getting close to 100 in New York. But notice how quickly the air cools down. As we head into Thursday, Friday, the Northeast will see temperatures dipping from the upper 90s to the low 70s. So it goes from summer heat to almost kind of like a fall feel, with some places like Boston dropping down into the upper 60s. But the rest of the nation will continue to swelter under that heat dome, that big ridge of high pressure parked right there over the central portions of the country in the mid-Mississippi Valley, and no relief in the heat anytime soon for them. We will see our temperatures buckle just a bit as showers start to increase, a bit more rain in the forecast. That should bring us back down into the low 90s here as we head towards the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. So as promised, coming up after the break, we're going to talk more about lightning safety, show you some pictures of down in New Smyrna Beach, and of course, check in with Melanie Lawson, who is live at Fernandina Beach.
All right, welcome to News4JAX Plus. I am Melanie Lawson, and hopefully you have enjoyed our adventures here in Fernandina Beach for our For Your Neighborhood reports in the morning. Now, you know it's just the beginning. We're going all in the evening as well, kicking off at 4 p.m. until 7. But boy, have I had some fun this morning. What does a pirate say?
Arr.
What does a pirate do?
We pillage and plunder and steal people's gold.
But they actually don't, because this is the Amelia Island Pirate Club, and they do so much good for the community here in Nassau County. Some of the ladies are joining me, a young man there as well, who actually got involved because his neighbor said, let's go be pirates, and he said, okay, that sounds like a great idea. Tell me more about how you all got involved in the Pirate Club here in Fernandina.
Well, we do lots of things for the community. We work with Barnabas and a lot of different charities, and it's just a really fun way to give back and have fun at the same time.
And always the Shrimp Festival, you all represent with a big float and just have a really good time.
Yes, float, parade. I'm actually not a real pirate yet. I'm a swabby. I just joined, so I have to work in the community a lot more than what I've done already. So I can be promoted to a pirate.
I love that. I love that. And wait, I have to give a shout out. Born and bred here in Nassau County, really loves this community, has been fighting to maintain and preserve the community as well.
Yes, and growing up as a child and watching the pirates, you know, women weren't allowed to be in the club years ago. So when women were allowed to be in, I'm like, when I grow up, I'm actually going to get in the club, and that's exactly what I did.
That's exactly what you did. I love it. All right, you guys looking good over there too. Thank you so much. I mean, we have had a blast here on the Amelia Island Pirate Voyages. This is a brand new ship. They've been running cruises for about a month, and they've already taken out 90 trips. So it has been really, really good. All right, so what you said? All right, so I'm not rapping. Oh, I gotta be careful. Okay, I'm sorry. The producer's talking to me in my ear too, so you get the real deal here. All right, I want you to look out this way. So we are on the Amelia Island Pirate Voyage, and there is Fort Clinch. So what's so cool is that the ship will make a trip right past the fort, and these folks are enjoying the day. Some of them are looking for shark's teeth. Some of them are just in the water and just enjoying themselves. So they are about to get what an amazing show. So we're going to come over here. We have Joe, who is the head pirate, I will say, and there's a crew back there. Hey, ladies and gents, good to see you. We have David, who is our captain, giving us this very special tour. All right, Joe, you are mic'd up, so you can tell us what exactly you're going to show us and what you're going to do.
We're getting ready to fire on and take Fort Clinch. We'll give them a warning to surrender, or they'll be given no quarter.
All right, so there's always a pirate on board, and sometimes they put on a show for the people who are watching on the shore. You see that guy there, he's actually got his phone going because he's very impressed with these pirates who are passing by the fort like back in the day. All right, Joe, I'm gonna let you take it away.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Surrender your fort or be given no quarter. Fire in the hole.
All right, awesome. All right, I'm gonna come up this way. You know, David, that was a good show. And you said that typically, you know, people will be on the beach, they'll see that show, and then they're like, I want to get on this cruise.
Yeah, a lot of people come on the boat, and the first thing they say is, we just saw you at Fort Clinch, and we ran off the beach and ran downtown and tried to find you before the next trip. So everybody enjoys it. We also fire upon a couple of the other tour boats while we're out. We usually do 4 to 6 shots a trip. Everybody on all the boats enjoy it. They're trying to figure out how to get cannons on their boats so they can shoot back at us.
No, you guys are definitely
So it's a great time. That's what we're all about, is just having fun and everything we do here.
All right, awesome. So follow them on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Amelia Island Pirate Voyages, and you'll see some of the cruises that they've taken. I love one of the stories he said, brought out a baseball team, 10-year-olds for a birthday party, and they are the Pirates. So they were decked out in their gear and they had a great time on the cruise. Joe, my gosh, this is such an awesome group. I have enjoyed every moment spending time with you all. And I had no idea how much heart you guys have and how this is fun. You go dress up, you act the part, but you also have such a big heart for the community.
And we love doing it. I mean, where else can you have this kind of fun, dress like a pirate, and just enjoy the camaraderie of all the good people in Fernandina is a very gracious town, and we love it here. And we are the Fernandina Pirates.
Yeah, and you guys are, Tiffany Salome, one of our reporters, is going to do a story more specifically about the culture and the history here in Fernandina Beach about pirates. So you'll see that tonight during our 2 hours that we'll be back here in the evening. But what was the one thing maybe that you were able to share with the photographer about the culture here and about the pirate history?
There was a lot of pirate history in Fernandina. First of all, it's one of the only natural deep water ports on the East Coast, especially this far south. It was a big draw for pirates. They could come in here and hide, refuel, smuggle illegal goods in. And like I say, the pirate history is very, very rich here. And we like to carry on that tradition with a little twist.
I love it. All right, Joe, I love it. And make sure you check that story out. One of the many that we'll be doing in the evening for your neighborhood here in Fernandina Beach. I got to come and give the crew a shout out here. How you guys doing? All right. What a great morning. I mean, you guys don't always get to be on this ship because your pirate club isn't necessarily associated with it, but this has been fun, huh?
Yes, a lot of fun. We do have 2 of our own ships that we use as floats.
Oh yes, tell me about that, because you participate in the parade and you said the most fun part is setting off those cannons.
Yes, absolutely. We even go as far as to Ocala, Florida and shoot our cannon.
Yeah. And who is this little swashbuckler?
This is Lucy. She's a pirate, but she puts an F on the end of her R. So she says ARF.
She says ARF. I get it. All right. Anybody want to share? Yeah, you had me in handcuffs earlier, but we've made up.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. How much fun is this for you?
We have a lot of fun. You know, it's a way to give the community and have fun doing it. So it's not your everyday club that you got to wear a suit and tie. So we'll always say our mom dresses us funny and we go out and have a good time.
You have a good time. Yeah. And who wants to tell me about how you join? Because I think that's cool. I mean, it doesn't. You want to? Yeah, go for it.
You know, it's funny. My eye patch is real. So I lost my eye about 15 years ago, and I was walking down Fernandina, and everybody said, "Oh wow, I lived on a sailboat or a trawler at the time. You live on a boat, you have an eye patch, you got to be a pirate."
There
and
you go.
I thought, you know, I've heard enough pirate jokes. I wasn't interested. They taught me into doing it, and the first weekend I did it, it was a kids event,
Right.
and the kids look at you like you're Santa Claus or something.
Right.
And
That's a good feeling.
it really felt good. You feel like you're a rock star among 5-year-olds. And so I thought, I'd said no for so long, I'll try it.
We'll try it, yeah.
That was 11 years ago, so I still do it.
Yeah, I love it. So all the funds stay in the community and go back to the community. You do have to be 21 years old. You also have to be willing to participate in the Shrimp Festival. And you also have to be able to volunteer and have a heart for the community and to volunteer. Did I miss anything, Joe?
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much it.
pretty much
Yeah.
it. Okay. Is this a real tattoo?
Yes.
That's the real. Was this after Pirate or before Pirate?
It was after.
It was after.
So
Okay.
It's all piratey things.
Yeah.
I told my kids, I got 3 kids, and I told them to pick an animal. I didn't want to put their names on my arm. So my son picked a shark.
I guess he did,
My daughter
yes.
picked a dolphin.
Okay.
And my oldest son picked the treasure chest with all the treasure in it.
Ooh,
So.
okay. I love it. Oh, that's so sweet. You guys are amazing. You look tough, but you're certainly not. Anybody else want to say anything about the club and how much fun it is? No?
It is fun.
It is fun. Yeah, you're enjoying yourself. I could tell. The more we talk, the longer we get to cruise.
Stay back here and talk your
We're
turn.
never going to stop. All right, Joe, thank you. And good to see you too. Thank you so much for giving us this
Oh.
experience today. It's been wonderful.
Oh, thank you for
I
talking
can't wait to
us.
see the full story tonight on News4JAX. We'll come up here and we will toss it back to our programming on. Oh, actually, we're going to get you back on your forecast. So, Mark, I have to tell you, it is gorgeous out here. Look up. There are very few clouds. We got a few clouds out here, but the sun is shining. It's not too hot. You see the fort down that way. I mean, gosh, I apologize because I know how much you love the water.
do.
You should be out here with me. Next time, it's you and me and all of
You
these
and me.
pirates.
And I expect to see you with one of those cool tattoos on your arm. You know, big pirate. Yes, now she's wearing her sea legs today, but you know what? It doesn't even look like she needs it. That boat is so still. It's not even rocking. The waves are calm. A pretty nice day to be a pirate there in Fernandina Beach. Well, the pirates are sailing underneath smooth seas and dry weather. The good news is today's a great day to be out on the boat since there's no thunderstorms, no lightning. But already this season, there have been several lightning deaths this year. And on the heels of a man that died in Fernandina Beach, there have been 4 strikes so far this year around the country. And when we look at the odds of being struck, it's usually about 20 fatalities every year. Since 2015 to 2025, you can see some of the odds here where we've had some pretty large amounts of fatalities. I want to show you some video of what was happening on New Smyrna Beach. This was a really sad story where a Colorado man was here on his honeymoon. He was like a 29-year-old man in New Smyrna standing in the water, and it wasn't even raining, and he was struck by lightning, knocked unconscious, and did not survive that strike. This was happening in New Smyrna Beach, and it underscores just how dangerous lightning can be even when it's not raining. So the point is, if you hear thunder, and even if it's a blue sky, there can be bolts out of the blue. If you hear the lightning, you should go indoors. And if you're at a beach, sometimes there might not be a safe place to go, but a car does offer a safe option, especially if it's not a convertible, right? That metal frame protects you. Those beach pavilions, if they're not grounded, they're actually not a safe place to be because like a tree, if you're standing under something, it can conduct that electricity down to the ground and shock you. So New Smyrna was the hot spot for the lightning. Let me show you on links here, the forecast for lightning is very, very low for today. In fact, we're not going to see any thunderstorms this afternoon. Overnight tonight, see that yellow? That's a cluster of thunderstorms that will be pushing down from the Carolinas and back towards Waycross and then over to Valdosta. So late tonight, if you're awakened by the sound of thunder in Georgia, that would be those storms. You might not hear the thunder, but you could see the lightning from Jacksonville tonight. And you would be safe to go out in Jacksonville because even if you can see the lightning off in the distance, what people call as heat lightning, which is not really a thing, it's just those thunderstorms are so far away, more than 10 miles, that you can't hear the thunder. And that is still a safe place. So just kind of, things to think about here as we gear up for the storm season. Already 4 people have died this year, and the the thunderstorm season hasn't really even begun. We've had a few thunderstorms here and there, but just keep your eyes to the sky here because those thunderstorms can mean some business. All right, so we had a lot for you here this morning. That wraps it up for Weather Authority Weekday. We took you to Fernandina Beach. We took you to New Smyrna Beach, and hopefully you get some time off today to get your own sandy feet here at our local shoreline. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
See why every day more people are choosing News4JAX, Northeast Florida and South Georgia's #1 source for local news.